In a unique move for Blokees, or really any other Transformers line, the Galaxy version chose to hold off on the two most popular Constructicons until their third time out. The Constructicon commander, Scrapper, and his second-in-command, Hook, were both in Wave 4, released after all four of the other Constructicons. I do find that rather interesting, just due to the fact that Scrapper and Hook tend to be the most represented in fiction, toys, and general fan appreciation. That kind of comes along with being the commander and second in command of such an iconic team that is somewhat lacking in the personality department. However, I believe they held off for their best designs to come last. Scrapper and Hook put all the other Constructicons to shame. Hook and Scrapper make use of some incredible designs. I have long maintained that Scrapper is one of the most underrated designs in all of Transformers, and Hook is almost as strong. Both of them were given wonderful asymmetric designs by Blokees that perfectly recreate the cartoon look while including some of the toy detail as well. Looking at Hook first, you can see that he has unique lower legs on both of his appendages. Past that, he has a ball joint here for the hook over his shoulder, meaning that if you want, you could have him actually picking things up and hanging them above the front of him, or just have it folded here in the back as it should be. That also means that he has more articulation than most Blokees. He, of course, has all the normal points, that is to be expected, but the extra ball joint and hinge for his hook arm does mean that numerically he's actually one of the most articulated of all Blokees, and it easily gives you some of the most unique prospects when it comes to displaying these guys on a shelf. As for Scrapper, he's just perfect. I love how they captured his head sculpt especially. And he does have his big scooping arm here. You can't get as much use out of it as you were able to get out of Hook's arm, but he still has wonderful articulation, and he's just one of the best looking model kits to my eye. I think very few of the Decepticons even come close to how wonderful they were able to capture Scrapper. The Constructicons make for an amazing group. It makes me so excited to eventually track down Longhaul and Mixmaster, because just having these four alone make for an amazing unit. Shared colors, shared design aspects, it's the strength that the Constructicons have always had. The fact that out of all the combiners, they look the most like they are a team, a unified group of individuals. I can't wait to get the final two members, and who knows, maybe someday we'll even see some form of a Blokees Devastator, because these Constructicons have been a highlight for 3 waves in a row now. Aside from their unique builds, Scrapper and Hook only come with the bare essentials: 2 gun-holding hands, 2 splayed-open hands, 2 display stands, and 2 identical guns. That is in keeping with the other Constructicons, though one does wish that perhaps there was something else here. I'm not saying I would have liked to have a piece of a, perhaps, Build-A-Figure Devastator, however, it is something to consider. In the end, I am incredibly happy with both Scrapper and Hook. I think that they make for some of the most interesting and impressive of all Blokees model kits, and give them massive recommends. They also bring forth what I believe is the single greatest wave of Blokees. I'll die on this hill. I believe that Wave 4 was the greatest of them all, with not a single dud or boring kit. Even the Constructicons that they had saved up, despite being numbers 5 and 6 in this sub-collection, proved to be amazing.